It's the Stick and Hack Show. I'm Hack, that's Stick, Mike and Adam. Welcome into the program. Today on the show, we have Mike OReilly, PGA Director of Golf Operations for Whistling Straits, as well as we play the game Stick or Hack with bands from the year 2000. And we talk about the canceling of the Ryder Cup. That's right. The Ryder Cup got canceled.
Yeah, I cried.
That's the old throat punch of 2020. Back at it. The show starts right now.
This is the Stick and Hack Show. Conversation, discussion, debate, and golf talk from a stick, Mike Ryan, and the hack, Adam Grubb. Boys, you are up.
All right, everybody, welcome in to the Stick and Hack Show. I'm your host, Adam Grubb, the hack. That's Mike Ryan, the stick. Mike, what in fact is up?
That's a new one.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank you.
I'm well, in fact.
Good. Good. Glad to hear it. Episode 33. My God, whoever would have thought. Episode 33 here, the Stick and Hack program, the most sophisticated golf show in the free world, coming to you from the greatest golf club in the world without the course, presented by the Stick and Hack Members Perk program. Get brands like Sunday Golf, Bombas, Desert Fox Golf, and more. Go to stickandhack.com, become a member, and visit our Member Perks program for discounts and awesome deals from great brands across the country supporting Stick and Hack and the Golf Society. Guest today is Mike OReilly. He's a father, a husband, a golf professional, and the PGA Director of Golf and Operations at Whistling Straits, and he has had a hell of a year, Mike. First of all, his job's awesome. He's an incredible spot, incredible course. Yeah. He found out years ago they were going to host the Ryder Cup. He spent 4 years probably preparing, hiring, getting all that together, and then they said, we're not going to do it.
Just kidding.
We're not going to do it.
We're not going to do that.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
We're going to do it next year, but not at your place. Yeah. So we're going to talk to him about that and what. Well,
I mean, in theory, you should have everything ready at this point. So the next year is just he doesn't have to do anything.
Right? They should just say, okay, we'll just. But imagine that. I mean, you know, I know what it's like to get ready for a party and then someone for a tea time, and then someone cancel and you're oh my God, it's the worst thing ever. Yeah. Imagine what. Now
absolutely.
We're not going to spend the entire time talking about that because he's at a incredible destination spot, Kohler, Wisconsin. Whistling Straits is iconic in many ways. We're going to talk about his job, talk about the course, and talk about the golf outings that happen there and the golf trips and vacations. So it should be a great conversation. Mike OReilly, PGA Director of Golf and Operations at Whistling Straits, on the show today. So speaking of the Ryder Cup, Mike, you know, we've talked about this on the show before, that the Ryder Cup has this feeling and this intensity and this excitement. There's no money on the line. It's all country pride, and there is no event that I look forward to more than the Ryder Cup all year long, and that includes, sir, the Masters. I don't care what month they play it in. The Ryder Cup, to me, is the pinnacle of golf. And if you have never really seen and watched the Ryder Cup, do yourself a favor, and I guess you got to wait till next year. Do yourself a favor, put it on the calendar for next year.
It's incredible.
But it's incredible. Why is it so awesome?
It's just, I think it's the break from. It's not one-on-one. It's a team. You've got a team you can get behind, and I think that just amps everything up. And you're talking about pride in country and all of that, and it's indescribable. I get goosebumps just thinking about it.
I like
awesome.
I like when it's so over in Europe because it starts at 2 a.m. and and it's just I mean
then you just drink the entire night into when it comes on TV, and then by the time it's on, you're ready to go and you're fired up.
Okay, that's one way to watch.
I'm the only one who does that. Okay,
that's one way to watch Ryder Cup, to get up at 2 a.m. and start drinking.
Maybe that's just me.
But there are Ryder Cup stories over the last 50 years that are just incredible, and I've picked two. Now we could do an entire show just on the Ryder Cup stories in general, but two stories stuck out to me that really showcase the intensity and the sportsmanship and the love of this event. So first up, two incredible Ryder Cup stories here on the Stick and Hack Show. A sporting gesture on the final hole of the final match was a fitting end to the first ever tied Ryder Cup. That's right. Just like soccer, you can tie in the Ryder Cup.
Yep.
With the team scores level at 15.5 points each, there was just one singles match left in play between Jack Nicklaus and Britain's Open champion Tony Jacklin. Nicklaus holed a 5-foot putt on the 18th green, ensuring he would at least have the match and retain the trophy for the holders, the U.S. Rather than make Jacklin play out his short putt too, Nicklaus picked up his opponent's marker and extended his hand to offer a share of the point. basically conceding the hole, conceding that putt, saying, "Hey, you made it.
Right.
We tied." Nicklaus said after, I didn't think it was in the spirit of the game to make Jacklin have a chance to miss a 2-footer to lose the match in front of his fans.
Jack is a better man than I am.
News alert here on the Stick
On
and Hack
every
Show.
level, Jack Nicklaus is a better man than I am, but
Could you? So you couldn't do that? You wouldn't do that?
Absolutely not.
no way. Make him make it.
2-footer.
I mean, if it's a 2-footer, I'd probably give it to him.
right.
But if it were even close to like, maybe not, I'd make him play.
And this was in the 60s, and Jacklin was just on the top of his game, and he's an incredible. If you don't know Tony Jacklin, he is a player that a lot of people don't know much about. Go research him, because I didn't know much about him, and his story is
he's
remarkable.
an incredible guy.
But that's sportsmanship. That's the Ryder Cup. Story number 2, 2 incredible Ryder Cup stories. Stick and Hack Show. As Justin Leonard stood 45 feet. This is a little bit more in our time frame here, Mike.
Yep.
As Justin Leonard stood 45 feet from the hole on the 17th green at Brookline, he knew that having his match with Jose Maria Althabo would see the U.S. regain the Ryder Cup. It had seemed an impossible task earlier in the day as the U.S. began the Sunday singles trailing 10-6, and Leonard himself had been 4 holes down with 7 to play. That's a death sentence for most people,
Usually,
especially for me. 4 holes down with 7 to play. I'm playing with 1 club the rest of the way in.
4 holes down with like 9 to play is a death sentence for you.
So Leonard's down 4 with 7 to play. With his match now all square, the American unleashed a fearless putt, 45 feet, that roared uphill before smacking in the hole for a birdie. That prompted the premature celebration by some U.S. players, caddies, and supporters who invaded the playing area, even though Althabo...
I wouldn't even be able to say that.
Jose Marie.
I'm not even going to do it.
Thank you. Jose Marie. I knew you were going to
I'm
go
not
that.
going to disrespect him like that.
Even though Jose Marie still had the chance to take the game to the 18th if he could sink his own putt, it was an ugly conclusion to what became tagged the Battle of Brookline.
Yeah.
A U.S. victory was confirmed when an understandably rattled Althabo failed to hole out from 25 yards.
Right.
Now-
I mean, I remember when that happened, and I understand why the European team was upset.
They were upset because, wives and
However-
kids. And was that the year of the terrible shirts?
Yes.
Probably the worst outfits. It looked like a Shane outfit.
They were awful.
You know,
they were really
It
bad.
did. It looked like something Shane.
It
would
looked
put
like
on.
It looked like wallpaper from like
Yeah,
an old like Scottish golf club, like
they're Shane's house.
or Shane's house. Yeah. I mean, it was bad.
Producer Shane.
I just remember seeing him and being like,
Yeah. So
"What is that?"
So the Battle of Brookline, and what the big issue is that there was that premature celebration. It wasn't just people cheering; they stormed the green as if they had just won. And,
I mean,
and
it was.
It took about 5 to 6 minutes to get everybody off.
There's no
green.
way you could have prevented that, though. I mean, it's,
No way.
It's legitimate. It was legitimately a like in the moment reaction, and for good reason.
So go back and YouTube that, because that reaction, that celebration. But what an incredible putt from Justin Leonard.
Yeah.
And he was at that time, he wasn't exactly clutch. He wasn't somebody that would rise to that moment very often. And he did 45 feet for birdie on the 17th green at Brookline. Those are Ryder Cup stories. As we said, there are 100 of those types of stories of that event.
Absolutely.
And somebody who is very close to that event. Now we bring in our guest, Mike O'Reilly here. Mike O'Reilly, apologies. Mike O'Reilly for the Stick and Hack Show. Mike, we bring you into the program talking about the Ryder Cup, and you have a very close relationship with the Ryder Cup. First of all, welcome in to the show. Good to see you.
Fellas, thanks for having me.
Thank you. So, Mike, you were supposed to host the Ryder Cup this year, and that didn't happen. We'll get to that here in just a little bit. We're not going to start the interview with that obvious question. We first want to know a little bit about you and your golf story and what you do. You are the PGA Director of Golf Operations for Whistling Straits, one of the most iconic courses in the United States. Tell us a bit about your story and who you are and what you do.
Yeah, no. Well, again, thanks for having me, fellas. Appreciate being here with you. I'm the Director of Golf Operations for Whistling Straits and Black Wolf Run. So all 72 holes. We have 36 holes at Whistling Straits and 36 holes over at Black Wolf Run. We're currently constructing, we can talk about it more if you'd like, a 10-hole par 3 course. That's going to be awesome. We're looking forward to that opening next year.
Well, we talk about that a lot, Mike. That we would like to see more of those types of courses, and kids and others that can't take on a 72 hole or 18 hole experience like that, and just go play 9 holes just to get out, and a par 3 at that. More and more courses that have the space are doing that. When was the decision made to make that par 3, and what's it going to be like?
I mean, we've been talking about it for several years. We pulled the trigger, started construction late last year, kind of finishing construction right now. There's 10 holes. 8 of them are fully built and seated. They're working on the last 2 holes, as we sit here right now. We're hoping to open in June of next year. So it's going to be all about fun. We've got a 2-acre putting green, 10-hole par 3. We've got a patio area that's not quite finished yet. We'll have a food and beverage area up there, hopefully a grill that's manned by a chef on, every afternoon from, 3 to 8 type thing, and they're cooking burgers and brats, and you come hang out, grab a couple clubs, play some holes, go on the putting course, and then come back and have a few spotted cows or something
nice.
On the patio area.
Excellent.
Yeah. Indeed. Well, that's great.
That gives me goosebumps.
It does. Well, you highlighted and illuminated your drinking earlier in the show, so I can see why that would. So what else? How long have you been in the golf space? How long have you been at these courses? And tell us a bit about your job in general.
Yeah. No, I've been in golf really my whole life. I caddied at a small country club in Hinsdale, Illinois, called Ruth Lake growing up. And I came up to the Kohler area when I was a freshman in college and got an internship. Well, actually, the first year I caddied at Black Wolf Run. This is 1996, before Whistling Straits was open. So I caddied for a couple of years, and I was an intern at Black Wolf Run for a couple of years. I was an assistant professional for several years. I was the head professional at Whistling Straits for 2007 to 17, and I've been the director of golf for the past 3 to 4 years. So I've been with Kohler for a long, long time, almost 25 years.
Now, your dad said famously, I've read it several times in articles about you, about starting at the bottom and working your way up. Find a company, find a career you want to be in and work in, and start at the bottom and work your way up. That's exactly what you've done, and now you are at the top. Was that advice that you followed closely throughout your career? Is that just keep working those rungs of that ladder?
Yeah, and I think it's important for leaders to have that understanding of what's going on in other areas of the operation. In my current position, it's a challenge for me to not get as deeply involved in each part of the business because I quote unquote know them.
Yeah.
So I need to be a little bit more of a leader now, but. My dad, early on, we moved up to this area. I'm the youngest of 4. So most of my brothers and sisters were out of the house. I was a senior in high school, moved up to this area. And my dad's like, hey, there's a great golf course, it's about 10 miles from here called Black Wolf Run. You should go try to work there. And I ended up doing that. And the advice my dad gave me is, just get in with the best company, and start as a janitor. And learn what happens when the custodial crew is in, and then learn what happens when the caddy goes on the course. And whatever you're going to do, whatever business you're in, it's great advice.
Yeah, indeed.
I love that. Mike, I'll ask the inevitable question now. You had to cancel the Ryder Cup this year. Kind of walk us through the process of what that decision looked like, and I'm sure you guys had to work with the governing bodies on that decision, and how that went. Yeah, I mean, it was certainly a tough one. We would be in advance week right now. So the Ryder Cup was supposed to happen next week. So we would be closed. There would be, chalets and bleachers all over the place right now. And, now I look out the window and we got some guys practicing on the putting green, which is great too. But the decision was difficult. As you mentioned, there's a lot of governing bodies, a lot of large organizations involved. You had the PGA Tour, PGA of America, Ryder Cup Europe, NBC, Sky Sports, Kohler Company. Everyone needed to be aligned on what it was going to look like if we hosted or if we didn't host, if we were postponed, what happens with the President's Cup for next year. So it took some time, but all the organizations worked very well together. Everyone was in the goal of, doing what's best for golf, doing what's best for
championship golf, for the Ryder Cup, for the President's Cup, and I think we landed in a pretty good spot. I think it would have been a disaster. You guys talked about the Ryder Cup a little bit before. Not a disaster. I shouldn't say that. It would have been a very different Ryder Cup had we chosen to do it without fans.
Yeah.
Well, that's the big debate, is that they are. Right now, golf is fun to watch on TV because you get to see, especially like watching the U.S. Open and seeing Winged Foot and some of these other courses, you've never got to see the course. You only see that little sliver in between the fans. It is pretty awesome to see the entire course now on TV without the fans. But the Ryder Cup without fans is a very different experience, and you're not going to have that same intensity. Was it ever talked about that, hey, we can do this without fans if we do these other things, or was it like it's fans or it's nothing?
No, it was considered. The options were discussed on what could it look like. Virtual fans, kind of like NBA is doing right now type thing. Yeah. So some of these ideas were certainly discussed. Some of them quickly dismissed, some of them not quickly dismissed. But the PGA of America, who's really the governing body of the Ryder Cup, owns the Ryder Cup, they looked at all options. Just like everyone else is doing now, right? You're looking at all options, can you make it work? And eventually it was decided the best thing we could do is postpone. And then the President's Cup is going to move into 2022. And from here on out, we're back to the even years for the Ryder Cup, 2021, 3, 5, 7.
Yeah, so is it been canceled before? Wasn't there one year where it was canceled for another reason?
9/11.
9/11.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
9/11.
Yeah. So that took it off that odd year calendar, and now we're going to be back on that. So it's unfortunate because your spot is so awesome, and I can't even imagine what that would have been like. Were you guys disappointed in reality, or was it more of a this is what it is? 2020 sucks. So what are we going to do?
What are you going to do? Disappointed, yeah, for sure. We've been planning for, the Ryder Cup was announced to be hosted here at Whistling Straits shortly after the 2004 PGA Championship. So we're talking 15 years ago.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's quite the prep.
It was announced.
Yeah.
And Mr. Kohler, his family, the Kohler Company, everyone in this community. We then hosted the 10 PGA, the 15 PGA, and the culmination of the Ryder Cup in 20. So we disappointed. Yes, was the right decision made? Yes. We're still going to host it. We're going to host it next year, and we've moved some of our the planning out. We have to do a few things a little bit differently, but for the most part, we're planning on having a great Ryder Cup in this time next year, almost a year from today.
That's awesome. Great. So why is golf so awesome in your part of the Midwest? If for those that are in other parts of the country and never been to Wisconsin and, that upper Midwest area, especially where you guys are on the coast there of Lake Michigan, the golf is so unreal and so natural and really how golf is supposed to be played. You don't have a lot of homes. You don't have a lot of things happening. It is nature golf. Why is it so awesome? And why do people come from all over the country to play golf at Whistling Straits and other courses?
Yeah, I think they come first for the cheese curds. I don't know if you guys have had
100%.
Yes,
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to be that guy. I didn't want to be cheese curd boy.
I am cheese curd boy. Thank you.
You're a drunk and a cheese curd boy.
Wisconsin's kind of my mecca. Yeah, Wisconsin's my mecca.
Yeah, so they come for the cheese curds and they stay for the golf. Is that what I'm understanding?
Like, whoa, the Straits course is here. Let's play it.
No, why is it so awesome? What's great about those courses?
Yeah, there's a lot of different reasons. The people are very passionate about golf in the state of Wisconsin. People are very passionate about sports in the state of Wisconsin. I think, you hit the nail on the head with a couple things. It's the natural setting that we have. None of the courses here in Kohler and many of the, more well-known courses in the state of Wisconsin, you're not going to find them lined by houses. They're certainly not real estate developments, to support the sale of homes. So you're not going to see that a lot. It's the natural setting. The courses here in Kohler, the two courses that Black Wolf run are designed along the Sheboygan River. and just a beautiful use of the land. Where the courses at Whistling Straits, the two of them here, were more constructed. It was a flat piece of property. And all the dunes and mounds and bunkers were constructed, and Pete Dye, who designed all 4 of our courses, did a great job doing that. In other parts of the state, great, public and private golf courses all throughout, and just really good golf, really passionate. As far as public golf is concerned, we have 10 ranked courses. The only state we're behind is number of top 100 public access golf courses is California. So Wisconsin and Michigan have 10 ranked public access golf courses, only behind California. So it says a lot for the Midwest and what golf we have to offer up here.
Your guys' location's a destination for weekend sticks and hacks. Why do you think? And we kind of talked about this already a little bit, but expound on why those courses are so iconic and have become so iconic at this point.
Yeah, I mean, certainly hosting championships that we've hosted in the past gives us, an excitement when people come to our destination. They get really excited about playing the Straits course, and Black Wolf Run has hosted several women's opens, 2 U.S. women's opens in the past, and in the mid-'90s, a couple different events as well. So, the championship allure is certainly something to it. The conditions of our golf courses, they're always in immaculate shape. So that's a great thing as well. But really, I think what's important, we can have great golf. We have great facilities as well. But the important thing, specifically for a buddy's trip, is the hang. You want to have a good place to hang. Great golf is critical. Great hotel room is critical, whether it be a lodge or wherever you're staying. But the ability to spend time with the guys, on what you're doing. And like I mentioned before, that par 3 course in the patio area is a perfect addition to help us improve that. We have an indoor swing studio that has a patio as well with a fire pit, a place to hang. Nice. So we're looking to keep adding those things to the destination and who we are.
Well, and that's kind of where Stick and Hack lives too, is that the community and the connection and the friendship and the bonding and all that stuff is more important sometimes than the golf. The golf is there, and it's
a vehicle.
Yeah, it's a vehicle.
Yeah.
But the friends that you go on these trips with, sometimes these groups of people, they don't see each other than that one trip every year. They come from all over the country and they meet somewhere, and they catch up in 8 minutes. Hey, how are you doing? Good. How's life? Fine. And then boom, it's just like we saw each other yesterday. To have that area for the hang and for just the camaraderie and the community is very important. Golf is almost secondary, but your area does bring a lot of those groups. So what's your favorite thing, and what do you love most about the groups of people that hang and come play golf there and spend 3 or 4 days, except for their bar tab at the end? What do you love about them as groups of people?
We like the bar tabs from a business standpoint. Yeah, it's not the most important thing to us, but
it's up there though. I bet it's top 3.
It's important.
That F&B budget, baby. That's gotta be high.
Yes.
But no, you get a lot of groups there, so you probably see all kinds. What's your favorite thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's the excitement, really. Like I said, because of the iconic nature of our golf courses, the beauty of the golf courses, people are super excited when they arrive, which leaves us with a high bar to deliver on. And to see the excitement when literally someone pulls up to the bag drop at Whistling Straits and they drop their clubs off, and the excitement level that they have for being here is just awesome to see, and then to see our team deliver on it. And when they leave and write us a note, or as they're walking out the door, let us know how it went. It's a pretty special thing to be a part of. And so I'd say just in general, the excitement that people have to be here, to see their friends, to be, looking forward to the next few days and saying, you know what, we're going to play some awesome golf courses, and I'm going to spend time with these people that I, been looking forward to this for a year now. And, so it's a pretty special thing to be a part of.
Let me ask you this. Have you seen some people that really don't care at all about the golf? They are there just for the friends. I mean, you guys, it's not expensive, but it's higher. It's a higher price, for 3-4 days and the lodging and all that stuff. you got to really be committed to golf, or do you find people there that are just committed to being on a vacation and hey, we're going to play some golf in between all this other stuff? Hacks that are out there, you don't have to be great to enjoy a weekend on a golf retreat somewhere amazing. It doesn't matter the course. Would you agree with that, Mike?
Yeah, no, I don't think you have to be great. I think, from from one perspective, it's important that you play the right tees to enjoy the golf course for a hack.
Absolutely.
So if he does that, you'll be fine. I think
he was talking to me. Were you talking to me, Mike? I got you. I heard the rule. I got the starter told me to play up. I get it.
Tee it forward. Tee it forward.
That's right. Absolutely.
No, I mean, the golf courses are designed in a way. I mean, to answer your question, I think everyone's coming here for the golf and looking forward to playing the golf courses. Even if it's, if you're not the greatest player, to enjoy the beauty of these golf courses is pretty incredible. Tom Watson played in the U.S. Senior Open here in 2007. He almost won it. We wished he did, but he was close. But he did an interview after like the second round, and they asked him, "What do you think about Whistling Straits?" It was his first time here, and he said, "This is probably the prettiest golf course I've ever seen in my life." And we were like, "Tom, say that again." We didn't record that. You got Tom Watson saying that our facility is the prettiest golf course he's ever played. So, from an enjoyment standpoint, obviously, players want to play well, but from a beauty standpoint, it's tough to match what we have here. So, I think people are coming to enjoy the golf courses, whether it be to shoot a good score or just enjoy what we have to offer. And the hang is an important part of it as well.
Mike OReilly, the guest here, PGA Director of Golf Operations for Whistling Straits.
Mike, you started as a caddy at the age of 14. You talked about it a little bit before. Yep. Do you ever long for the days back when you were just a caddy, but then in addition to that, having the knowledge of golf that you do now? So thinking back to then, would you love to have all that knowledge you have now and being a caddy, or was it you just being a caddy and kind of the innocence of it is something that you look back on and that's from a fond memory standpoint?
Yeah, I'd probably say yes to both. I look back on those days and learning the game, and I was kind of one of the guys that hung around all the time, and I got to know the assistant pros and looked up to these guys, and they taught me the game of golf. They taught me how to drink a beer. They taught me a lot of different things when you're working in the bag room at a private club. But, to get back there with what I know now, that'd be, I guess, an amazing experience to be able to do that. My old boss, Jim Richardson, he's the vice president of the PGA now. When he first came to work for Kohler Company, he asked me, he's like, "Mike, what's your dream job?" I said, "To be a tour caddy." He said, "Why don't you try to do it?" And I'm like, "I don't know, because I got a good job here, I guess." So going back to caddying, whether it be at a club or on tour or something crazy like that, would be, I guess, kind of a dream job for me still.
Well, we've got a Stick and Hack Challenge golf outing coming up in a couple of weeks. Maybe you come down and caddy for me. Thoughts?
I could do that. I could do that.
Just say no, Mike. Just say
what
no.
A disaster. Talk about an absolute fall from grace.
He won't listen to you. I mean, you're just putting yourself in a position that you're just going to be like, "Who is this Yahoo?"
Oh, good. Mike, when
go ahead.
I
walked down the middle of the fairway. If you're offline, then it's up to you. You gotta.
I won't see you for 18 holes.
Yeah, absolutely.
When golf is your life, it's easy to get jaded by the game, and just the day in, day out operations. You don't get to enjoy golf. You're not playing golf every day. You're teaching, you're doing other things, sure. But it's easy to just kind of be done with the game. But that doesn't seem to be the case with you. What's the secret to being a life in golf and a career in golf and not letting that encapsulate your entire being?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's, as a PGA professional, that can happen to many guys. You get so involved in what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, and you forget about, what brought you to the business. I encourage our staff. I encourage myself, I guess, to get out and play as much as possible, to make that a priority, to play in a few events a year, not only to be, keep my game somewhat sharp, although it's not that sharp right now, but to keep it somewhat sharp, I think it's important. as PGA professionals, that we represent that brand by playing golf. Susie Whaley, the current president of the PGA of America, says it all the time. You got to get out and play, guys. We got to represent our brand and who we are, and not be guys who play 4 or 5 rounds a year. You got to be out playing golf. So I think that's important, to keep my passion in the game. I'm the luckiest guy in the world, right? I mean, I work for a great company. We have great facilities, good people. The Kohler family is super supportive of what we want to do. We say we want to do something, and they say, okay. So I'm blessed. I'm one of the spoiled ones in the world, and certainly in the world of golf.
Well, no kidding. You just said that your boss tells you to go out and play more golf.
Yes, play golf.
What company does anybody work for where their boss is like, yeah, you should play way more golf than you do. Yeah. Don't be one of those guys. So
Did you play this week? No. What is wrong with you? No, you got.
I'd love to have that conversation.
Yeah, don't get it. That is luck indeed. Mike OReilly, PGA Director of Golf Operations for Whistling Straits. We appreciate your time, Mike. Thank you so much. We look forward to the Ryder Cup next year. You have another year to prep and plan. Can you imagine the guy that didn't do what he was supposed to do for this year's Ryder Cup and just says,
like,
"Woo! Thank God, I got another year.
Dodge that bullet.
Got another year to get that email out. Put that on my to-do list."
They were going to be really mad when there were no holes out on those greens.
I was supposed to make the signs, damn it. I got a whole another year. Mike, enjoy it, and thank you so much. Thanks for being a Stick and Hack member. We appreciate your support, as always, and continued luck there, and hopefully we can come up there and play Whistling Straits sometime.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. You're welcome as my guest anytime. So let me know when you can make it up.
All right, awesome. We did hit record on that, so we do have that on the record. Unlike the Tom Watson, unlike the Tom Watson quote, we do have that. Thanks, Mike. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
There he goes, Mike OReilly, PGA Director of Golf Operations, Whistling Straits. Yep, that was great.
That property is amazing.
It's.
I've never been, and I know it's amazing.
I've never been either. I've been to Wisconsin golf. And it is amazing. I can't imagine that place. And if it's good enough for the Ryder Cup, hell, it's good enough for Stick and Hack. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's move on to the game now. Stick or Hack is the game, and this is the top bands of the year 2000. Now, why do we go back that far? Why do we go back that far, Mike? Well, because we're 41 years old. And that basically is a stamp in time of our music career, right?
Sure.
So
we're gonna have to do one where we're out of our comfort zone.
Okay.
At some point.
All right.
But I like this one too.
Can we put a pin in that and circle back around on that one?
No.
Top bands of the year 2000. Stick or Hack. All right. Here we go.
Okay.
Savage Garden.
Hack.
Oh, you almost said Stick.
No, I meant
you
hack,
almost said Stick. I say Stick. Savage Garden? No. I'll change mine. You're right. You're a Hack.
Hack.
Yeah. Creed.
Hack.
Nope. Nope. I will. No. Creed.
Get away from me.
Creed.
I don't want to be anywhere.
Early Creed was unbelievable.
No.
They were. Their first album was unbelievable.
Wrong.
Stick.
No.
Scott Stapp turned weird. Yes. And turned into a Hack. But Creed was a Stick. Madonna.
Stick.
Oh my God, yuck. Absolutely not. Hack. Yuck.
What?
No, I have zero. If Madonna was here singing right now,
I'm not saying Madonna right now, but her body of work, yes.
I'm glad you finished that sentence.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say that. You said it, I didn't.
No, Hack. Madonna is the worst.
Yep.
Speaking of, Mariah Carey.
Hack.
Thank you. I would have quit the show. Speaking of Hack, Smash Mouth.
Yeah, I'll go with Hack.
Yeah, worst band of all time, without a question.
Yeah,
one of the worst bands that I've ever heard live on record in my nightmares. The worst. Hack. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Stick.
It's not even a question.
Not even a question. Goo Goo Dolls.
They're Hack for me.
Nope. Stick.
I know. I knew you were going to say that. But
why? How'd you know I was going to say that? They're great. They are
great.
Like
Three Doors Down?
No, I don't like Three Doors Down.
Or was it? What was the one?
Hack.
What was the one that you liked? Like 2 or 3 episodes ago. That it was.
Producer Shane. Come on.
Mary
Do anything.
or
Yeah.
somebody.
7 Mary 3? No, that's not.
something
Ooh, that's
like
a
that.
stick. It doesn't
So of
matter.
course you think that.
Goo Goo Dolls are a stick band. I just saw them in Vegas a year ago. It's embarrassing. Why did I say that out loud?
You got those tickets from like one of those
they
discount.
were comped. They were comp tickets.
Of course they were comped.
I think the entire place was comped.
They're all comped.
Bon Jovi.
Stick.
Hack.
Oh my God.
Bon Jovi was stick for 3 songs and then hack. And here's why. Because he's still trying to be a rock star. Maybe this is, I might be doing the same argument for Goo Goo Dolls. But Bon Jovi is still trying to be a rock star. And he's.
Have you seen the Rolling Stones?
Yeah, I have. Are they on this list? Top bands of 2000?
No, but
they are not.
They're older than they are.
Yeah,
And
they're older than Abe Lincoln. They are
still
old.
rocking.
Bon Jovi's hack. Enrique Iglesias.
The hack.
You know what I want to do, don't you? I want to say stick. Just to annoy you.
God.
I listened to Enrique back in the day. I had a nice little Enrique run.
Of course you did.
But I'll say hack as well.
Enrique Iglesias. Whatever.
What'd you say?
Iglesias.
That's Stick and Hack Show, everybody. Thank you
Just
so much.
like you couldn't say Olafable.
I know, I'm an idiot. Most sophisticated golf show in the free world. From the greatest golf club in the world without the course, it's Stick and Hack. Go to stickandhack.com. Show presented by the Stick and Hack Member Perks partners, Two Guys with Balls, Sunday Golf, and Bombas. Go get discounts. Become a member and get discounts on top brands from around the country on stickandhack.com. Mike, proud of you. Great
Proud
job.
of you, man.
We'll see you
Peace
later.
out, guys.
The Stick and Hack Show is now over. Subscribe, rate, comment, and tell your friends. You are now free to go about your day.